One Piece 1134. I actually really liked this chapter. It kind of captured what I really enjoy with One Piece and why I've kept up with it for so long. It's something I've been trying to better put in words this last week because I got sucked into to reading all of Tower of God after trying to do a review on the season one of the anime this year. I think I like this chapter so much because it just kind of like it's not really a bunch of conflict. Like I do like big over the top battle scenes, but it's not like the heavy conflict chapter. It's not like it was a big revelation of like, oh my goodness, this person, like we didn't get a reveal of any of the weird silhouetted characters that we've had for a while. And then we did get some exposition, but it wasn't like anything major, I felt like. And I really enjoy the balance that Oda does really well with those chapters. It's like the first half of the chapter, we just get Luffy interacting with Saul, and then them all interacting with like the kids and the other characters, and we got a few introductions there. I think I will end up probably liking Ripley's character if he continues using her as like this big exposition dump of how the giant kingdom has kind of existed. It's something I thought about a lot after reading that part of like how she said that they diverted from like a warring faction or pirate faction over the last 100 years. So it kind of makes me wonder how they've continued to exist, especially if they're at war with the government. But I guess that's probably part of why, you know, the Shanks character was then there at the end, or the character that looks like Shanks. So, but I don't know. I just like these chapters where it's just kind of like the crew joking with each other. It's not really like character development in and of itself, but it shows a lot of extra like interactions and reminds us of all their personalities, and like Zoro and Usopp and Luffy haven't really changed over the 30 years that this comics existed. Like they've all kind of grown up in their own ways, but their core personalities haven't really changed. So it's always nice to see all the joking and everything going on. So other major things that happened in this chapter, I wasn't either really here or there about another Vegapunk reveal. I guess it made me wonder like, why wasn't this Vegapunk in all of Egghead? It's like, even if it's just like a robotic clone or something, it seems like something that would be an extra set of hands around the lab. But I guess thinking back, Vegapunk was kind of preparing for the government invading and everything. So I guess he wouldn't want all of his stuff to be, all of his devices and technology and everything to be out and around for them to steal or destroy or whatever in that conflict. So I guess it does make sense the more that I think about it. But yeah, I wonder if it's gonna look like him, or if it'll be like completely different. Now that I think about it, that's actually, that'd be really funny if it was like a completely different Vegapunk type thing, and it was like maybe an earlier model of what he ended up doing when he split from with his Stella and other Vegapunks. So now I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've talked myself into it. So, but the things I didn't really like in this chapter is, again, I felt like Luffy's character towards Saul was different than what we've always seen Luffy as in the past. I feel like he's always kind of like slept through these kind of like moments, or just not cared or showed some kind of uncaring. So him like showing so much respect and everything, but maybe we haven't gotten anything as specific as this, because like a lot of the characters like this in the past that we've gotten were just like, as soon as the character was introduced, like Frankie was the last character that kind of had like still had a brother with him and everything, and all of Nami's like characters were introduced along with her in her arc and everything, and then we got nothing from Zoro, and Wano was kind of like a side story, I think, of he wrote extra during that time. So I guess this is kind of the first time that we've seen this, but I don't know, it just still felt different from Luffy's character. And Saul showing the books from O'Hara, I thought was a little weird how they emphasized that they saved all the books. It might have just been the translation I was reading, but that seems like a jump. But I mean, I guess this is One Piece where like almost no one dies from life and death scenarios, and so why would I expect books to? But I don't know. I guess I have a love-hate relationship with that. So we'll probably get a lot of big exposition drops from that and Vegapunk going through the library and everything. But that's kind of what this whole arc is probably to set up the history, more of the history of the world before we get set up like for our final battle arcs and everything. So, but these summoning circles I'm not a fan of. I don't know. I guess it brings up it kind of feels like the hockey when that happened. I had really mixed feelings about hockey when that was first introduced way back after Marineford and everything, because I was just like, it's such an obvious retcon. But just the summoning circles, it makes me just go, why? If like it made sense on Egghead, like if the Gorosei can all summon themselves places, it brought up the question of like, why aren't they doing this more? Why aren't they intervening more? But it, I guess, it, because in other animes, like the big bad person will just drop in at times to show off their power or something, and it makes a lot of sense that why wouldn't they be doing that if they had summoning circles? But this, now that we know that other people can use these weird demonic summoning circle things from that the Gorosei use, then it's like, why aren't they just dropping God's Knights all over the world to intervene with like revolutionary conflict or other things? And maybe they have in the past, and we'll get more information there. I guess I'll just have to wait till Oda explains what they are and why they are and everything, and try not to nitpick too much until then. But the Shanks reveal with Loki's, or I guess those may not have been connected because Loki was talking to somebody else on the phone. And yeah, I agree with some comments I've seen. Like, I mean, Loki being a bad character is probably not it, because Luffy doesn't normally connect with bad characters. I mean, he kind of connected with, I don't know if I'd use the word connected, but they showed a opposing relationship with Blackbeard way back when he was first introduced back on Jaya. So it just didn't feel the same here. So I think it would have been weird for Loki to have been like a full bad character, but they keep hinting at him, not being bad. But I do wonder about his relationship and things. So maybe he was more pro-war against the government 100 years ago, and he just has kind of like fallen, or they blamed him for something happening that ended up killing the king, and so they didn't want anything to do with the war, and like everybody, I don't know, he just became the scapegoat probably for people not wanting to be at war anymore. But now it looks like the war is still going to come to them anyway, since Evil Shanks has appeared, and I couldn't really tell what the silhouette was with the other one, and I didn't see any like speculation that connected him to any of the other like God's Knights that we've seen before. So who knows? Maybe they're just emissaries from the world government. We're gonna get like an ultimatum of you got to give up Luffy and other things, or we're gonna destroy all of Elbaf. But yeah, my final thoughts for this chapter is I really like the art style. Like his, I'll try to put like a panel on screen right now of like the how Oda can like show like the library and like have all these little intricate details in there and everything. I don't know if it's like he's probably got a whole team of assistants now and he draws the outlines and everything. I'm not too sure how manga creators work and everything, but it's just like I'm always stunned by these scenes and like how he can have so many different ideas like this, like how Egghead looks different from Dressrosa and all this, and he just always has these little intricate details. It's like looking like at a painting from the Renaissance where somebody's like put hundreds of people in the painting all doing like different things, and you can just sit there for an hour or two just seeing all the little details. So I really like it, and I really liked the little crew joke and everything. It really reminded me how much I love One Piece. So I'm really looking forward to next week. I was surprised that we're not having a break. It's Christmas this week, so I can't remember if like because the official publication I believe is on break during Christmas, so maybe he only puts breaks when it's like his break. But so either way, I'll love it if it's not on break, and if it is, then you know, been in this for 20 years, so we'll wait till the next one comes out. So I'm looking forward to it for this week. I'm still figuring these videos out and getting my thoughts together, so I'm not really scripting this right now because I feel like that would make it feel like more work than I want it to. So I just kind of like right off the top of my head, and clearly I'm covered in cat hair and dog hair, so it's just kind of the kind of videos I want to make right now. So, but I would love to create a conversation about these things. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm really obsessed with Tower of God right now. So I want to do kind of, I think it's called a hermeneutics analysis of kind of like the anime versus the manga for season 1, because I have some really strong viewpoints for that, and if I start rambling now, I'll just ramble into that. So I'll wait for that, and I'll probably do a video on season 3 of the manga because I had mixed feelings there. But yeah, I overall I really enjoy it, so I want to express my opinion about it, and I wish they had more merch for that. But yeah, anyways, as always, good luck out there, and stay safe. It's a dangerous world. I know that we've had high winds where I live almost every day for the last couple weeks, so yeah, stay safe out there. You always drool on me. I don't know what the heck. Oh, okay. Yes. You're a very, very adorable cat. Look how jealous you're making her over there.